What's up everyone, this is James White with Freakin' Reviews, bringing you as seen on TV product reviews, gadget reviews, and more. And if you like what you see in this video, please consider subscribing for more videos like this. Now today I've got a three-way comparison of retractable hoses, also called expandable hoses because they expand and contract. I've got the pocket hose, the Flexi Hose, and the TBI Pro, all three popular in 2019. So let's see how they compare in today's review. I'm sure you guys have seen the expandable hoses have been around for probably since about 2012, I think, when the first pocket hose came out. And they come out with many versions since then. In fact, I count 8 pocket hoses that have come out that I recall. The Pocket Hose Ultra, the Pocket Hose Durarib, Pocket Hose Durarib 2, Pocket Hose Top Brass, Pocket Hose Top Brass 2, and the Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. And now I've got the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet, making 8 pocket hoses I'm aware of. I decided to compare it to the Amazon Choice Flexi Hose and the Amazon #1 bestseller, the TBI Pro. So I thought that would be a good way of seeing how these three hoses compare. Now the Silver Bullet isn't really advertising, but I did see a big display in Bed Bath & Beyond, so it's a new item. It's just not really being heavily promoted. All right, let's first talk about the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet. Now my question would be, why have they keep coming out with new versions? Why wasn't the original good enough? And that's because the consumer ratings haven't really been that great for a lot of the previous pocket hosers, so they keep making them stronger and stronger, but yet the consumer ratings still don't reflect a great pocket hose experience. I would say this is the lightest of the three. It certainly is light. It also hasn't, probably the least impressive nozzle of the three, because that's really all there is to it. So without further delay, let's attach the Silver Bullet and see how it looks. This is the Hercules hose, which I've had for 2 years and has worked pretty well. I'll talk about that later. Now we're going to attach the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet. All right, Bailey, this is not for you. All right, what's cool about these expandable hoses is that you turn the hose on and they slowly fill up with water and expand. What's that, Bailey? Look at it. And there it goes. All right, it looks fully expanded, no leaks. Bailey is inspecting it to make sure it's okay. I think it passed her test because she walked away from it. Okay, now I've turned the water all the way up. So you have a very narrow stream. I don't know if you can see how narrow that stream is. Look how narrow that is. And then as you turn it, it widens up. And that's all the way open. All the way over the fence. Yeah. I'm going to water my half-dead plant over there. That's all I really have out here is living. Let me close this all the way up. Here, Billy, go get the ball. All right, on first use, it seemed to work pretty well. I'm going to let it sit under pressure for maybe about 20-30 minutes, which I don't think is unreasonable. I think that's about how long someone would probably use their hose. Come out here and check it, and then drain it and go to the next one. While that one's under pressure, I'm going to say something about the retractable hoses. They've been kind of a little bit mixed reviews. The features are that they're light, that they are easy to carry around because it's only like a couple pounds. The only problem is that people haven't really been too happy with them because over time, they tend to not hold up. Now, obviously, a review like this, I'm not going to be able to test it long-term durability, but when I do have a problem with any of them, I will let you know on one of my other social media sites. It seems like every year you get a new retractable hose that's better than the last one, but you always end up hearing complaints that they fail. So I don't know if they've really gotten this technology down, because the problem is that for these retractable hoses to really work, you have to use them and then drain them and then take them inside out of the sun in order to not degrade them. Now behind me, I've got 2 metal garden hoses that have been out here for 2 years now, outside in below freezing temperature, in temperatures over 115 degrees. Bailey plays all over them. We walk on them, step on them. I try to cut one in half, and they still work perfectly. Those are the hoses that I prefer as far as the As Seen on TV hoses go. These retractable ones are a little bit too dainty for my purposes, but let's see if this one holds up, and then we'll go on to the next two. All right, it's been about 30 minutes, and it's still held up, so that's a good sign. Now I've got to drain the water out and let it retract. All right, while the water is starting to slow down here, it is retracting. All right, so the water is now gone, and what I have to do now is disconnect this and dump all the remaining water out and then store it inside. That's how the process goes. Unlike the metal hoses, which I left under pressure, I left outside for 2 years. Don't have to do any of that stuff. Step on it, step on it. Still a fan of these, to be honest, but let's check it out. I kind of want to do this in a way that all the water is going to stay down there and come out at the end, which it's doing. And there we go. Not too bad. Pretty quick process, and it is extremely light. That's the one thing I do like about these hoses, is how light they are. Now on to the Flexi Hose. All right, next up we got the Flexi Hose. This one was 30 bucks. It's listed as a Amazon's choice. That's the reason I picked this one out. It's got a lot of reviews for it. It comes with this nozzle, which I don't find to be particularly impressive, although it certainly is functional. Definitely heavier than the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet. My biggest gripe with this one is this on-off switch is very difficult to turn. I found that it took channel locks for me to get this thing loosened enough. After doing enough, it kind of loosened up, but I literally could not turn it the first time I had it out of the box. So that aside, let's take a look at how the Flexi Hose works. All right, next up is the Flexi Hose, and it comes with this nozzle as well. So let me attach that and see how it works. This is kind of a cheap plastic nozzle. It seems like something you'd find almost at the dollar store. I'm not overly impressed by the nozzle itself, but let me make sure this isn't tangled. It is tangled. There it goes. We have expansion. Now, two of the instructions say you're supposed to put the water on slowly and then ramp up the pressure, which is what I'm doing here. The Pocket Hose didn't say that, but I did it with that one anyways. Okay, now I'm gonna go all the way full blast, full water pressure. Okay, the water pressure is all the way up. Let's try it out. I'll start off with a stream. Oh, I need to turn this as well. Oh, whoa. Okay. Had to tighten that up a little bit more. Oh, look at Bailey. Oh, come on, Bailey. Bailey, look at you now. Okay, so let me try these different settings. Center, vertical. See which one Bailey likes the best. Flat, that's like for bushes, okay. Okay. Full, that's like full pressure. Shower. Oh, look at this one. Bailey. Mist. Cone. Oh, wow. And back to stream again. So what I'm going to do is leave this under pressure for about 30 minutes like I did with the first one, come back out, make sure it's not leaking, and then retract it. Oh, I got to brush her off now, look at that. All right, it's been 30 minutes. It looks like it hasn't popped or is leaking, so that's great. So now what I got to do is drain it out, coil it up, and go to the next hose. It's biting it. As you can see, it's starting to contract. See this? Okay, completely empty now. As you can see, the water's coming out as I do this. This one was a success. Let's go on to the next one now. All right, it's time for the TBI Pro. This is the most expensive at 40 bucks, but it's also listed as a #1 bestseller on Amazon with a 4.5 rating. And it also comes with this nice nozzle here. Compared to the Flexi Hose nozzle, cheap plastic, so I have a feeling this one's gonna hold up longer. They have this tab here so you can not have to hold the handle down when you're spraying. That's kind of nice. They also have an on-off lever, which is much smoother. The only thing I didn't really like about this one is that compared to the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet, which seems like it dries almost immediately, this one seemed to kind of stay damp for a while. That's my only complaint about that one. But you also get this hose splitter, which is kind of a nice feature. And this is maybe a limited value, which is a hose holder. And they also give you some extra washers as well. So let's take the TBI Pro out back and see how it does on our first test. We've got the TBI Pro, and they have their zinc nozzle, which is very nice. It's heavy. I'll be curious to see how this one works. This looks very familiar, doesn't it? It looks just like the other one from the Flexi Hose. But this one, look how easy that one goes. No channel locks required for that one. And it's expanding.
Looks like a snake.
It's pretty cool, huh? I like it. All right, it is done expanding. I'm going to crank the water all the way up. We got full pressure here. This seems like it's much better made than the other one. It shows you the spray pattern. Let's go through all these. Whoa! Okay, that's a very fine mist. Okay. Cone. Whoa, look at that stream. A wider stream. Okay. All right, there's a lot of different choices in this one, and so far it looks like it's holding up as well. So once again, we're going to leave this one under pressure for 30 minutes and come out and see how it does, and then go on to our next test. All right, it's been a half an hour, and this one has not leaked either, so it's time to drain this one. So you see it's retracting now. It is retracting. All right, checking out the size of these, and there they are. It looks like the TBI is about 19 feet. As we walk down to the end here, you'll see that the Flexi Hose is about 18 feet, and the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet's about 20 feet. All right, there aren't really a lot of tests I can do, but I do want to show that all these hoses are non-kink. So here's the TBI Pro first. As you see, I am kinking it. It doesn't really kink, that's the thing. I'm squeezing it, and it's still working perfectly. So these hoses are very good at not kinking. Next up, I'm going to try the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet, but I'm going to take off their nozzle and use the one from the TBI Pro, because supposedly all these can use any nozzle. Let's find that out and then try the kink test. Pocket Hose Silver Bullet with the TBI Pro nozzle, and the kinking is also not an issue. I'm squeezing it. Still working. I will say that when the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet is completely expanded, it does seem a little bit tighter than the TBI, if that makes sense. The TBI seemed like it was a little bit more flexible when it was completely expanded. And last but not least, I have the Flexi Hose with the TBI nozzle, which I happen to like the most on there. Let's try the kink test. All right, again, no kinkage. It does not kink, it's working fine. So I think all three of them, Bailey, I think all three of them passed the kink test. I think this one, as far as flexibility while expanding, it falls in between the other two. Not quite as flexible as the TBI, but a little bit more flexible than the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet. If you take a look at the three nozzles included, this is the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet, this is the Flexi Hose, and this is the TBI. Obviously the TBI, by far the best of the nozzles. It's actually a really nice nozzle. These are a little bit underwhelming. Not too bad, but this is certainly the best. So there seems to be about three categories of people who have problems with these retractable hoses. The first category would be those who they use it, and within a few uses it bursts. They burst in the seams, they burst in the fittings, it just doesn't work almost right out of the box. Then there are those who have no problems for a season. They put it away for their winter and they pull it out in the spring, and then it doesn't work, like maybe the cold or the dryness being in the garage degraded it during the cold months. Then the third category would be those who didn't follow the instructions. They leave it out in the sun under pressure, and then it doesn't work because it's not designed to do that. I posted pictures on social media, and here's some of the responses I got. We had one, it was working well until one day I turned it on and it made a loud pop and water started coming out everywhere. I had the original Pocket Hose, it fell apart pretty quickly. I had one ripped down the middle on the second use. I won't waste my money anymore on those. We've had the same one for 3 years now, and I love it. I've had three, notice I said had, leaked, broke, etc. This person has they believe the X hose, and they love it. They say that it's lightweight and easy to maneuver around and store. This person said tried a few, they all broke. Probably my favorite comment is on Twitter from Bubble Truck Window Cleaning. It says, I use one for work every day. I'm a window cleaner. They work all year long. The best part is it stays extremely flexible in cold freezing temperatures. There are designs that break, but there are designs that work excellent. I think that sums it up pretty well. So as you can see, the experiences really seem to vary a lot. And I think that those three things that I talked about are the reasons why. So it's really hard to tell how long these three are going to last. I've had them out here for a while now and they're all working fine. I, of course, am following the instructions. I can guarantee if I put it under pressure out in the sun, they wouldn't last more than about an hour. In fact, here's a clip of the original pocket hose brass bullet. When I wanted to see how long it would last out in the sun, it lasted about 45 minutes. Check this out. It is 108 degrees out here. Oh no, oh no. All right, so we got a problem here. What is going on here? Oh, that's terrible. Oh, look at this. Look how much is coming out of there. That's not a fair demonstration because that's not following the instructions, but that's what happens when you leave it outside under pressure. But overall, all three of these are working pretty well so far. If I had to choose one of these, I would go with the TBI Pro. It seems to be better made. It might be $40, but it has those nice accessories with it as well that seem like they're also well made. Again, the proof will be over the long haul how well all these hold up, and I'll let you know if anything changes. If I had to pick a second choice, I would go with the Pocket Hose Silver Bullet. It's the lightest of them all. And the previous brass bullet, again, it lasted throughout most of the summer and failed only when I broke the rules, basically. I don't like the Flexi Hose as much, mainly because that lever on there is almost impossible to turn sometimes. To me, that puts it below the other two. All right, so that's all I've got. If you've had experiences with these retractable hoses, tell me what you think in the comments below. If anything changes, I will certainly let you know how it goes with these three. Please follow my social profiles for progress pictures, videos as I go, and please subscribe for more product reviews from me, James White, with Freakin' Reviews.